In this short film, we are going to highlight some of the key principles of networking. And we are going to recognize the importance of networking for all of us. The need to network is got an ever-increasing profile. So for those of us that are working for an employer, or like Oliver and myself, running DJ Learning, if you don't network, then you're going to run out of clients one day, for example. If you don't network in the workplace, you don't build those collaborative relationships with those that you need to be in regular contact with, in regular dialogue with, to have positive working relationships with. There are lots of different ways of networking. They can be face-to-face, they can be at events, or they can be via LinkedIn. One thing for sure is we need to be very thoughtful about why we network, how we network, and when we network. For reasons I'll explain in a minute, networking can be extremely beneficial. It can also be very dangerous in terms of the amount of time you can put into it without any return. Networking needs to be a balance between a really focused and structured strategy and an element of social with it as well, not the other way around. I've attended, and Oliver's attended with me, some networking events that are always populated by really nice people, but sometimes there'll be very nice people who are at networking events to have a lovely chat, to enjoy the breakfast and to go home. Whereas if you are really networking to build collaborative relationships, either for your organisation or, like Oliver and I do, for DJ Learning, you need to have a really clear structure and strategy that you're going to follow at that networking event. So for example, who do you want to see? Why do you want to see them? More importantly than any of that, what is it that you can do for them? So you begin your networking adventures with what you can do for your potential client. Think about the order that you're going to try and see these people. So who's going to be your first port of call, second port of call, third port of call? And then of course you get to these events and you need to think about how you can adapt, because you might go to your most important potential networking contact and find the queues going around the block several times. Think, right, okay, let's just rethink. And when you're networking, you'll come across people you are liaising with, and they'll say all the right words. They'll smile in the right places. They'll make you feel really good, and then you'll not hear from them again. And as I've come across more than once, people I've networked with, looking to work with, really identified what we could do to help them, having a discussion with them, I'm thinking, something's not happening here. Nobody's at home. They're not listening, they're not interested. Guess who I get the work from? You just can't predict. You just have to relentlessly do the right things against a really carefully thought out structure. Oliver and I are going to share with you some examples of how both he and I network. So, Oliver.
I make sure that the company has presence on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm not personally a keen fan of using it from a personal perspective, but I do make sure that we have weekly quotes, monthly blogs, and our website is fully updated, so if anybody does come across us on those mediums, they understand what we're about and how to get in touch. My preference really is to do it face-to-face if and when possible. I always think you can build a better relationship that way. So whether it's at networking events or you never know who you may meet out and about, you know, if there is a way of building that relationship and seeing how you can help somebody, that is my personal preference.
Oliver's words that you never know who you're going to meet, you never know who you're going to connect with, are so true when you talk about networking, either continuing a networking strategy or starting on a new networking strategy. You never know if you're going to make contact if you don't try. And in the end, with our company, DJ Learning, every day has to be a networking opportunity in one way or the other. Through social media, I'm learning all the time how social media can be a really powerful way of getting our company brand out there and also our personal brands out there at the same time. We've had situations where potential clients have come to us. They've tried to network with us, which of course we are always interested to explore what might be possible. And some come to fruition. Others, and this is where we have to be really careful, have asked us to do a tremendous amount, but actually it's gone nowhere. We then get radio silence. So is networking an exact science? It's not. Is it something we all need to do? It certainly is, both in terms of our personal lives and our professional lives, and certainly for those of you that are looking to build careers to whatever level. The reality of the UK job market at the moment is that they estimate around 80% of jobs are unadvertised. That means the skill of networking becomes even more important in terms of what you can do and what you can potentially offer an employer in the future. So at DJ Learning, we run networking events. We will give you the opportunity to explore different ways of networking, to understand how these different processes can work really well for you, to give you the chance to experiment, and also look to develop ways in which you can become a more effective networker. Please take the chance to have a look at our website, www.djlearning.co.uk, and we really look forward to working with you in the near future. Thank you very much.